Hello everyone, welcome back to Sumit's Academic Zone. This is Sumit Kumar Gupta, and in today's video I will be guiding you for the project work under Bachelor's of Science in Hospitality and Hotel Administration. The project code is BHM-309. So, whatever confusion you have right now in your mind for making your project, I'll gonna give answer of each question in this particular video. So I request you all to watch the video till the end to get the solution of your queries. So BHM 309 is a project work under Bachelor's of Science in Hospitality and Hotel Administration. Okay, this particular guideline says everything about how you can make the proposal, how you can choose your guide, where you can submit your proposal and project report. So let's study it one by one. So this particular guideline has a table of content in which it is given that what information you can gain from this guideline. So first is what is project, then preliminary information, project supervision, project proposal, how can the supervisor help you, how to go about working, selecting a topic, some sample themes of research in hospitality and tourism methodology, collecting data, analyzing data, writing your research project report, writing, editing and writing, then final research report submission and evaluation. So these all things you can study carefully in the guideline in order to make your project and project proposal. Okay, so the more, however, in this particular guideline there are so many things given, but we'll be discussing the most important things which are very important while making your proposal and project report. Okay, so let's start with a project proposal. How you can make project proposal. So the foremost thing is how you can make the proposal and on which topic you can make it. The first thing that you have to do is select your topic for your project work. Once you select the topic, you can discuss it with your supervisor who might be available at your study center. You can discuss the topic and you can make the proposal on that particular topic. Okay, so here are some guidelines about project proposal. Let's read it. After identifying the area of study and a proper theme, you should prepare a project proposal synopsis in not more than 500 words. Your proposal is essentially a description of what you propose, what you propose to do and how you intend to go about it. So basically what study will be you will be doing in your project work, the project proposal present in a short way. Whatever um, study you will gonna do in your project work, the small presentation of that is project proposal. Okay, so you knew about the project proposal and what are the components of project proposal. So I'm gonna tell you that basically in project proposal you have to include introduction, review of literature, rationale of the study, then objectives of the study, then research methodology, and after that you have to mention limitation of the study. Then you have to write the references in APA format, and then you have to write the annexures or any questionnaire that you have to that you might be mentioning in your project report for data collection. Okay, now how can the supervisor help you? Okay, um, so basically supervisor is the person who will gonna guide you how you can make your proposal and project report, and if you have any confusion while making your project report, you can ask him. For that reason, the supervisor is available at your study center, okay, appointed by the university, or else you can appoint the supervisor if the university is not providing you. There is a qualification of the supervisor given in this guideline. You can follow that. Okay. Now you can see the process of how the process of making project proposal is given, how to go about working. Okay, so selecting a topic, I already told you. You have to select the topic first. Okay, then you have to go ahead and so let's see here. There are some sample themes of research are given here. Okay, uh, so basically themes means the topics that you can choose for your project work. This is based on hotel management. Okay, the topic and titles: revenue management practices in hotel, guest facilities and their impact on satisfaction, service quality and success of hotel business, restaurant service and guest satisfaction, role of technology in hotel, application of AI in hospitality industry, HR policies in employee retention. So these are some topics under hotel management sector. And then tourism management. Okay, these are the topics that you may choose. HRM policies in organization and their critical evaluation, organizational culture, group dynamics, interpersonal relationship, and conflict management, gender issues and possible solutions. So these are some topics that you can choose. A part of these topics, which are mentioned here, you can also take the similar topic related to your location, and you can study on that as well. The only thing that you should discuss the topic with your supervisor. Okay, now methodology. So what is methodology? Methodology is something um, that you have to mention in your project proposal, how you will gonna um, collect the data, what kind of data you're gonna use, either primary data or secondary data, and how you're gonna analyze the data. Okay, these things has to be mentioned under methodology. Okay, there's a particular pattern I'm gonna tell you at the last, at the end of this video, what would be the pattern of the research methodology. Okay, here are some things which are mentioned here: type of data to be collected, tools of data collection, equipments to be used, source to be used, I already told you, field work to be done, whether to take attachment with some organization, tabulation and analysis, I already told you. So these things you have to mention in your research methodology. Okay, collecting data, how you're gonna collect data, either primary or secondary. If you gonna collect the primary data, you have to mention the tool like questionnaire or interview, and secondary data can be collected through source, journals, newspaper, and etc. It is already mentioned here. Okay, now After collecting data, you have to analyze it. While analyzing your data, you can use statistical methods, or you can use tables and graphs in the analysis of your data and your project work. Okay, so these things, this whole thing is talks about what I actually said. I told you in a short way. Okay, writing your dissertation. So it is about writing your final project report. Your final project report should be of 10,000 to 15,000 words, and uh, the font should be Times New Roman font in your MS Word software. Okay. Next, these are some annexures that you have to mention while submitting your project to final project report. Okay, cover page of the dissertation, which is format given in annexure B. As far as these annexures are concerned, these are all given at the bottom of the guideline. I'm gonna show you that as well. First page of the dissertation, letter of approval from supervisor, table of contents, list of figures, tables, acknowledgement, main text. So these are main text, means comprised of the chapters, bibliography, and appendix. The whole project is equal to main text. Okay, and these are the annexes that you have to attach with your project report. Okay, now where you can submit your dissertation after getting the approval from your study center on your project proposal. Um, for project proposal, you have to visit your study center and meet the project counselor. Once you meet him, he'll gonna approve it, and after approving the project proposal, you can make your project and submit that particular project, final project, on this address which is given here. Okay, you have to send your project through post. Okay, now next thing we're gonna learn uh, in for this particular project is annexures. So what kind of annexures you have to um, attach with your project proposal? The only thing that you have to attach with your project proposal is I'm talking about project proposal here, not project report. Okay, so the research project proposal pro forma is the thing that you have to attach with your proposal. Okay, in which you have to write your personal information, mobile numbers, email ID, study center code, study center, regional centers, everything you have to mention here, and you can attach it with your project proposal. Okay, this is the certificate of approval attached with the project proposal of performa. Okay, you have to attach with project proposal. Once your supervisor will gonna check your proposal, if he finds everything okay, he will gonna sign it here. Okay, and stamp it. Now annexure B, this is cover page of research project report. Okay, so in which the first page of your project report looks like this. Okay, annexure B. Annexure C, first page of the research project report. After making the cover page, the very first page, okay, you have to attach this. Okay, research project report. Okay, the first page of research project report. In this, you have to fill your personal information, like you submit project proposal pro forma with proposal. You have to submit an XSC with your project report. Okay, this is certificate by the supervisor. These all have to mention, you have to mention with your project report. Okay, So in this guideline, I already have told you so many things. Let's sum up. I'm gonna tell you about the synopsis and project report. So most important thing that you have to understand is you have to know the pattern, how to write it, how to write the proposal and project report. So for project proposal, I'm gonna tell you mm, the components of your project proposal is the first page of your project proposal will be project proposal pro forma. Okay, then the cover page of your project proposal. Okay, then what will be the contents, table of content. The first thing is introduction. You have to write your the introduction of your topic. Then you have to write the review of literature. So review of literature means the studies which has already been done in the same field has to be mentioned there as a review of literature. Then rationale of the study, why you are doing the study, that you have to mention in your project proposal. Fourth, you have to write the objectives of the study. 3 or 4 objectives related to your project topic has to be mentioned. Then you have to write research methodology. Remember that in this guideline there's no pattern of research methodology, means how, in which pattern in you write the research methodology is not given. So I'm gonna tell you the standard way of writing research methodology. You have to mention a research design first. Okay, then you have to write nature and source of data. I mean, what kind of data, like primary or secondary, that have to be mentioned. And then you have to write sample and sampling techniques. Then you have to write tools to be used for data collection. Then you have to write um, methods to be used for data collection. And finally you have to write data handling and analysis. These things has to be mentioned under research methodology. After that, you have to mention limitation of the study. Okay, and at last you have to mention bibliography or references, means from whatever information you have taken the content, you have to mention at last under bibliography and references. And it should be always written as APA format. Okay, this was regarding the project proposal. As far as project report is concerned, what would be the content of your project report is, first you have to make the cover page of your project report. Okay, cover page. And then after, you have to uh, attach these annexures. Okay, these annexures, annexure B. Okay, annexure C you have to attach. Okay, and then you have to make the table of content, and you have to write uh, sorry, before table of content you have to make a list of figures, list of tables. Then you have to write table of content under, and in the table of content, the content of the project report will be as follows. First you have to the first chapter would be introduction. Okay, then the second chapter would be review of literature. The third chapter would be research methodology of the study. Okay, then fourth chapter will be data analysis and interpretation of the study. And fifth chapter would be finding, conclusion, and suggestions. Okay, and at last you have to mention bibliography or references. And in annexure at the bottom, okay, you have to mention any questionnaire you have used or any tool you have used for analyzing or collecting data. you have to mention at last. Okay, you can discuss with your supervisor if you want to add chapter in your project work, because guideline does not um, tell us a particular chapterization pattern. So that is the reason you can add a chapter if you want, but you have to consult with your supervisor. Okay, so this was all I told you about the project report of uh, Bachelor's of Science. Okay, this was all in this particular guideline, and if you have any question you can contact me through my WhatsApp number, and if you want a personalized help, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number. I'm gonna definitely assist you or making your project report. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I hope you found it helpful and informative. If you like the content, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel for more such useful videos. Your support really motivates me to keep bringing valuable content for you. If you have any question or suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comment below. I would love to hear from you. See you in the next video.